So a while back, I was having a conversation with a friend. I know my friend was like, "Hey, Hafi, how are you doing? Hope you're fine. How's it going?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm showing up every day. I just keep showing up." And I was like, "Wait, what do you mean by just showing up?" I had to explain what I meant by saying I'm just showing up. I had to explain that to him. And after the conversation, I had to sit with my thoughts, and the result of my thoughts is what we are going to discuss today. So, hi, welcome or welcome back to A Walk with Afi. If this is your first time, hey, hello. Welcome to A Walk with Afi. And if you have always been with me, hey, my darling. Welcome back to A Walk with Afi. Thank you for having this walk with me. It always means a lot to me. Yeah, I'm always glad to come into this space because I know I have you to work with and I'm not alone. So yeah, and then I want to say happy new month. I know, right? I know, right? But I hope it's not too late to wish you a happy new month. I pray that this month is going to be fruitful. I pray that everything that you lay your hands upon shall prosper, it shall turn to gold. I pray that the Lord order your steps. I pray that the peace of the Lord that surpasses human understanding is your portion, and I pray that you fill your heart daily with his love, with his peace, with joy, and it fills you with strength every single day. So yes, have a great month. Yeah, break legs. I got you. I'm rooting for you, right? Okay, so you know I've realized that we mostly mistake existing, like people merely existing and people living. They are different. I know they seem a lot alike, but the truth of the matter is they're actually different. So let me just say things that we you can think about, and then you realize that, oh well, they're actually different. So when somebody is just existing, you know they're like, okay, I got out of bed today because my alarm rang and I don't have option. I just have to wake up. Like, I just have to be up. Do you understand? There's no motivation, there's no excitement about the day, nothing. I'm just waking up and blah blah blah. Let's just get on with the day. And then there's this other feeling where you just walk, you eat, you scroll through your phone, you do what you're supposed to do, but you feel numb, like you don't feel anything. It's just like a circle on repeat, something that you just do on repeat with no purpose, with no emotions, nothing. And then there's this other thing where your choices are based on habit and survival rather than on purpose. You are just doing things just to survive. You are just doing things out of habit. And when it comes to habits, I realized that at each phase of our life, we need systems to help us, because the truth of the matter is the systems that helped me when I was in primary school were not the same systems that were in place when I was in high school. They were not the same systems that were in place when I was in the university, and even when I graduated. Like, they were different. And even right now, in this particular phase of my life, the systems I'm trying to build around me, they're not the same. They're not. So, and then to really build systems, you need habits. You understand? You want to be more productive. How do you want to be more productive? What are the systems that you're trying to put in place? And then you need to develop habits to make them work, right? But then that this is different. When somebody is just living each day out of habit, you wake up, you go to work, you're just there, no emotions, nothing. That is you merely existing. Now, when it comes to somebody that is living, you wake up, you wake up with intention. Like, you wake up even when you don't feel like it. The day is not perfect yet, but then you are grateful, you are hopeful, you are aware of the fact that yes, it's a new day. I have things that I need to do, and you do them with joy. Do you understand? Even when you don't feel like. And that's why when you are living, you attach a purpose to everything that you are doing. You understand? And then somebody that is living, they find meaning in the small routines, like praying while you are walking, or listening to music when you are doing dishes or chores. Just give me the flowers because I love listening to music when I'm doing chores, when I'm doing anything. I just love listening to music. I know you derive meaning in that small act, you derive meaning in that routine, and also you derive joy in just enjoying the quiet moments. Do you understand? Because I feel like everybody, even the most extroverted person on earth, they have their own quiet moments that they enjoy, moments where they go back when they reflect or something. And that is actually great, it's important. And also, when somebody is living, they are making choices that align with their value, choices that align with their purpose, and not just what is expected or urgent. It's not just I just have to do it. I'm doing it because it's urgent. I'm doing it because it's expected of me to do it. It's just like when you want to go into a relationship. Somebody that is existing is just like, yeah, I have to go into a relationship because everybody is going to a relationship and they're already asking me to bring husband or bring wife. Do you understand? But somebody that is living is like, yes, there's a purpose why I want to go into a relationship. There's a purpose why I want to get married. I'm not doing it because it's just expected of me. I'm doing it because there's a purpose attached to it. I'm doing it because I derive joy, meaning in this particular thing that I'm trying to do. And so, yeah, with that, I hope that you can really see that merely existing and living, they're not the same, like they're different. Yeah, they're really, really different. Just existing has different flaws. I mean, it's too flawed, honestly, because one, you feel so empty, and then your emptiness is masked by being busy. You are busy, but then you are empty. So what's the point? Like, you're just busy. Have you seen people that they are always busy, like doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and then after all the busy days and all of that, they go back and they feel so empty. There's nothing within. It's different for somebody that you go to work, you are back, and then because you feel so fulfilled, you feel so good, you feel so okay, you don't mind doing other stuff. When you get home, you don't act cranky and blame everybody for your bad day. Do you understand? There are times you have bad days and then you go back home and nobody's even realizing the fact that you have a bad day. And even when they do, you just talk about it. You allow the pressure to just go down, to just leave you, and you enjoy the comfort of the people around you. And then when you are just existing, you lose your identity in the process, because somebody that is just existing wants to be like everybody else, and then in the long run tend to lose their own identity. And that is why it is actually important that you personally have a definition of success. You personally have a definition of being fulfilled, because if you don't do that, it is very, 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 very easy, honestly, to get caught up in other people's life and identity, to get caught up in other people's projections about prosperity, about success. And at the end of the day, you're just like, where am I? Like, where am I coming from? Do you understand? So just merely existing, honestly, it's tiring. Like, it's really more tiring than living, actually. People that are just merely existing, settle for comfort over calling. It's very easy. Yes, you settle for comfort over calling. You have things to do, but you know that when you respond to calling, it's hard. Let's take Abraham, for example, in the Bible. So Abraham got called out of his house. He was rich. Abraham was rich. I'm serious, he was rich. But then he left his household. He left where he was coming from, and he left for a calling, right? He could have just chosen to stay. He was already old. Just imagine leaving your father's house at what age? 75. Okay, that's a lot, right? So it's much easier to just spiral into comfort and just let go of your calling, because with calling comes a lot of hard work. Honestly, you have to put a lot of things in place. You have to stand on your toes. You have to be up and doing, and you have to do it with intentionality. You have to derive joy, satisfaction, purpose doing all of that. You see that it's actually easy to just choose comfort over calling. So for people that are merely existing, yes, you just choose your comfort over calling, and then spiritual dryness like you just feel dry. So let me cite this example. When I'm going through a lot, when I have a lot of things to deal with, one of my escape routes is to watch movies. Yeah, I watch movies to just take my mind off whatever I am going through. And there was a time that I was really into watching movies, and then I felt this dryness within me. And one of the things that actually helped me to really overcome that period was, communicating with my best friend, the Holy Spirit. I was just on my bed, and then I was just like, Holy Spirit, I'm tired. I don't even know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's wrong with me. It was just an open conversation, heart to heart. And before I knew it, I started crying. Yeah, I was crying. I started crying, and it started reminding me of a lot of things that I said, and it reminded me of something very, very important, very, very crucial. My name. Like anytime it reminds me of the meaning of my name, I'm always like, I can't love you less. And shout out to my parents for yielding. And that brings me to one of the steps to actually take when you feel like you are just existing and you're not living. See, just invite God. Invite God. Let Him in. Let Him know what you're passing through. Let Him know how you feel. Let Him know that whatever it is that you are going through at that particular phase, it's weighing you down. Do you understand? And He's always there. Honestly, is our help in present need. Is always there. Is consistent. Very, very consistent. And then reconnect with your why. That why is your purpose. Do you understand? Reconnect with the reason why you are doing this. Reconnect with where you are coming from. Reconnect with why you are here in the first place. Reconnect with why you want to do what you are doing. Reconnect with why you want to be where you want to be. So reconnect with your why. That will really motivate you, because sometimes we need to motivate ourselves. That is just the truth of the matter. And it's very important and crucial that we learn to motivate ourselves, because people might not always be there to motivate us. It's not the time you have to go on social media to look for motivational talks or topics to make you do something. Be your own motivation. Do you understand? And that is why your purpose is actually very important. And then slow down, check in. See, it's very easy to get caught up in the buzz and also of life. Honestly, before you know it, you just lose yourself. You don't even know where you're coming from. You don't know where you are right now, and you don't know where you're going to. Do you understand? So it's actually important that you take a chill break. Like you breathe in, you breathe out. You take a pause. You slow down. You check in. What is happening? Why am I feeling like this? Why do I feel so incomplete? Why do I feel like I'm just existing, I'm not living? And that will help you. It will open your mind, it will open your eyes to see what you are doing that is not right. Because at some point I felt like I checked, why am I feeling this? When I realized, girl, you've been running away from the things that you're supposed to face. You've been running away from reality, and then you've been watching movies just to just cover everything up. And then that really helped me. That moment where I checked in, when I took a pause, it's really helped me. And then just choose presence over performance. See, when you show up intentionally. Be present. Don't perform. Don't just be there because, yeah, I must be there. I don't know. This thing is common with people when they get invited to a particular event, and they're like, let's just go. Let them just know that I honored their invitation. And then they are there, but they are not there. You understand that? So when you feel like you're just existing, come back to the reality. It's important that in our own life that we are present. It is your life, it is your story, it is your life. Like, I mean, this is you, this is all about you. So you have to be present. So it's always important that we are present and we are not performing. Yes, there is a whole lot when it comes to existing and living, and I hope that you will choose to live rather than just exist, because it is beautiful. When you are living, you are setting milestones, you are setting goals, you are looking forward to each day, even though it might be stressful, but then you are still looking forward to each day because you know that there's a purpose attached to it. There's this joy you derive from doing the things that you are doing. And I hope that this week you will live. I mean, you will live and not just exist, Until I see you again, please keep thriving, keep evolving, keep growing. Know that I love you, and bye.